absolutely. Self-compassion is incredibly important. Loving kindness and self-compassion is... It sounds very easy, and the one thing I will say about Buddhism and a whole swathe of other kind of philosophical beliefs is that they sound very easy when we talk about them. So, for instance, a very common phrase is, "You can't love someone else until you love yourself," and I'm sure you've heard that many, many times.
Many, many times.
Yeah, and I always ask the question, well, what does that really mean? For me, the bigger question is, do you like yourself? Do you actually, are you friends with yourself? And I'm a great proponent of someone who says, in order to start the beginning of the process of healing, you need to learn to like yourself and be able to sit down, take a long look at yourself and go, I like who you are. I rate you. I think you're a good person. And I think that's a much harder thing to achieve than these slightly lofty goals of you must love yourself in order to love someone else. I think it's a much greater, much harder challenge to be able to say, I like myself and I'm friends with myself.
And how does trauma pull us away from that and take that from us? You know, the ability to care for ourselves, the ability to have compassion for ourselves. It's like, how does that, or how do you see that? And how do you see trauma? I don't know. That's what it feels like. It takes it away.
I think it can take it away, and I think it can bring it together. And I would say the taking away component for me, and in my practice and through my experience, has often been with trauma, and it's not isolated necessarily to just trauma, but also other mental health issues within individuals, is that we don't want to feel, and we don't want to feel the pain. We don't want to feel the memories. We want to adjust the way the memories are perceived by ourselves and by others, by either creating a new reality or by using substances or misusing those substances. And when you think about the way that the brain works, the Mohican of the brain, when we use substances, we knock the Mohican of the brain offline, and that stops us feeling those symptoms, if you like, or the narrative of the trauma that we want to suppress. We haven't resolved, and we're not ready to start beginning